Hey everybody, welcome to DadsDen of Pop Culture and Justice League Monday, our year-long retrospective of Justice League International, the greatest comic book ever made. Well, almost the greatest comic book ever made. We are at issue number 21. Giffen, DeMatteis, Templeton, and Rubenstein. Ty Templeton doing the art chores for last issue and this one, and doing them really well, might I add. And we get a little classic here. Well, here's another fine mess you've gotten us into. Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, two of the fan favorites. And this is picking up more or less where we left off last time in Apokolips. Wow. As the rest of the Justice League has been boom-tubed to Apokolips by Big Barda to help with her mission of saving Mr. Miracle, her husband, scot-free from the clutches of Granny Goodness, of Vermin Wunderbar, of Lord Mangakon, of the Cluster, floating up there in the sky. We see Rocket Red engaging parademons, and the rest of them trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Well, Batman sort of takes charge here. Well, okay, Batman almost takes charge here because, you know, when Big Barda's around, Big Barda's sort of in charge. Nobody knows what to do at first, but finally, Guy Gardner, no longer the nice guy, now the old-fashioned guy, says, I'm going to kick some demon tail. Guy, wait, we need a plan of attack. That's my plan, attack. Oh, sorry, I stole that from Iron Man. He's not waiting, so I've noticed. And yikes, hang on, Oberon, I'll get you to some cover. Not so hard, that's a new shirt. So it goes into insanity mode. Booster Gold has his force field up, and he's not really helping much. Well, Blue Beetle is fighting a parademon and fighting for his life. We have Hawkman up there fighting as well, doing what he does best. And, ooh, what's this now? Lobo. There she is, Big Barda, my prey. I knew if I stuck with this group long enough, they'd take me to her. And she'll lead me to the others I've been contracted to kill. Hang on, Scott, I'm on my way. Then I'll finish them all off. The Cluster will pay me for the hit, and I can go home and catch some gamma rays with my fishy pals. All right, so we have Oberon is going to hide in this little tunnel, sewer, what have you, while the rest of them are fighting. Batman's like, be careful, you don't know what's lurking down there. Well, thanks for pointing that out to me. I feel so much better now. We have Rocket Red, here I come to save the day. I recognize that voice. It's, wait, I'm not finished with the song yet, so they're getting used to Rocket Red, who's in a new suit of armor now after his was destroyed by Lobo. And we basically get a good old-fashioned superhero fight scene. Again, that is some nice Batman. I like it. I like it a lot. So we get a good old-fashioned superhero fight. A lot of insanity. Here we have here we have Elron, and he's talking to who? He's talking to K. Dick, as in Philip K. Dick. That was, if you remember last episode, I said, hey, there's another reference I'm trying to find. It was that. So I was one comic book off. So he's saying, well, what are we waiting around here for? You know, we're losing money on this. And he's like, we've been commanded to by Lord Mangakon. So if he commands us to tarry, we shall tarry. Meanwhile, Kanto, I believe his name is, Darkseid's assassin, is sort of, well, he's sassing Granny Goodness a little bit, and she's like, you really don't want to do that. And he's like, I'm not going to have anything to do with this, you know, with all this nonsense. You've caused creation. There's fighting in Sector 7, I think it is. Vermin Wunderbar, unlike you, Dr. Vermin Wunderbar has full faith in his beloved Granny. The combat in Sector 7 will soon be ended. We will be victorious. Darkseid, far from being angered, will reward us. Have we not captured scot-free Mr. Miracle, the son of High Father himself? You've captured Mr. Miracle a dozen times over, Vermin, and he's not only escaped you each time, but he's made a complete fool of you in the bargain, which I admit isn't very a difficult feat. I read that really poorly. Which, I admit, isn't a very difficult feat. You dare! So he walks out, and Granny's like, hey, at least he's a man. That's what we see floating through the system, this sort of energy cloud. Who is that energy cloud? That is Lord Mangakon. Inside that armor, that containment suit, That's what he is. And he is searching for Mr. Miracle. And here we say, gosh, it's no fun making melodramatic pronouncements when no one can hear me. I can't wait to get my lips back. Keeping it funny. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Big Barda. Whoops, there we go. Come on, is that gorgeous or what? Beautiful art. Beautiful art in these. So she's sneaking in, and all of a sudden behind her, surprise, it's Lobo, isn't it? Ah, you remember me. I'm touched. Now, I would like to think that Barda could give him a real good fight, but he is pretty damn powerful when you get right down to it. So fighting continues, and in the process of Rocket Red saving Oberon from a parademon, Oberon backs up and falls through this grating into the sub-catacombs of Apokolips. More fighting. Batman's trying to get the troops rallied. He goes, we're going to be slaughtered out here in the open. They're getting more troops in here. We need to get into closer quarters. We'll have a better chance. He's asking Ice to help wrangle everybody and get them to a better place. Meanwhile, Lord Manga Khan has found scot-free, and he uses his energy form to undo this lock so that he is released from this containment thing. And once again, Lord Manga Khan, using the ingenuity and wisdom that have become legend across the cosmos, wrests victory from the jaws of defeat. There's just one little problem. Since I don't have any arms, how do I get him out of here? Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. There's a good reveal here. There's a good reveal, but it's on the other page, and it'll ruin this if I don't do this right. So, bonk. Ouch. Hell of a place to put a wall. So what's that mean? This is Oberon. He's in those dark tunnels, crawling through them, hates this stuff. Maybe it was a bad idea to get involved with the Justice League. Wonder where I am. Well, it's got to be an improvement. Boy, now I know how Dante felt. I thought I'd be lost in there forever. Sure would love to get out of these smelly clothes. Then do it. I'll gladly have them cleaned and pressed for you while you wait. Hey, thanks, Ay. Why, Oberon, is that a suitable greeting for one of your oldest and dearest friends? I think I prefer an ay. Darkseid. Now we're getting somewhere. I think I've got to be going now. I hear my mother calling me for supper. Nonsense. We'll get you into some dry clothes. I'll send for some food. You'll have a refreshing warm drink. And you and I will chat about old times. Yeah, right, whatever you say. So, Darkseid has entered the chat. Again, well drawn. You will notice Ein Umph. What is he reading? I think we know. But also, you could just make it out down in the corner here. But he's also got a Mr. Miracle comic. Hey, I mean, you must know your enemy. Meanwhile, we have Barda, we have Lobo, they're fighting. He gets the better of her. Say goodnight, Gracie. Let me up. Sure I will, after I cut your heart out. And they distract him. Intruders! And she manages to kick him in the face. And then goes right into fighting the intruders. You notice there's Gnort, there's the Martian Manhunter, and Lobo's like, okay, well, while she's busy, I'll just kill the Martian and the Green Lantern. And then, boom, busting through the door, we have Blue Beetle. We have, I think Gardner's in there. Fire's there. He says, hey, look, there's Lobo, and he's found Gnort and John. They still don't know that Lobo's not a good guy. Well, goody for him. I'm beginning to think this job just isn't worth the aggravation. Hey, Lobo, old buddy, old pal, lend us a hand, will you? Aren't you out of your mind, Beetle? Lobo's the one the cluster sent to kill us. Would somebody please tell me what's going on here? Well, best I can figure out, Barda's trying to fight the parademons, but Lobo's trying to kill her. John and Gnort are unconscious, and we're going to be dead meat if we don't do something. Any suggestions? Yeah, follow the superhero's credo. What is the superhero's credo, you might ask? Right here. When in doubt, fight. And Hawkman actually takes a little bit of offense at that, And Beetle's like, it was a joke, Hawkman. It was a joke. Beetle? I like that as he gets gacked. I can't believe it. He actually shut up. Nice going, Hockey. The name is Hawkman, not Hockey. I hate these cute nicknames you're also obsessed with. Why, in the old league, if you read some of the JLA from the 60s, they were doing cute nicknames back then too, a little bit. Because they were super friends, and that's what friends do. So they've made Hawkman a little bit more, a little more stick up the ass here. But so Lobo's choking Booster there, and we hear, where is it? There we go. Enough. Hey, take it easy. It's not worth yelling about. That wasn't me. Then who? Him. I'd rather it was you. I said enough. Uh-oh, we're in it deep now. There goes our time and a half. Darkseid has shown up, and basically, he puts an end to all of this. He doesn't want Mr. Miracle. He doesn't want scot-free. He's got bigger fish to fry. The pact between New Genesis and Apokolips was broken on that long-ago day when scot-free escaped from Granny's orphanage and rejected our way of life. Since then, I have had no use for this pure-souled whelp. Take him and be gone. Scott. Barda has her husband back. Round up Granny and Vermin and have them brought to my quarters. I want to have a word with them. And that's it? You come waltzing in here and say everybody go home, and we're just supposed to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and go back to Earth, no questions asked? Exactly. Yeah, okay, that's fine with me. Go, now. So they boom tube out of there. And now, about our opening trade with Apokolips. Hey, Mangakon, he doesn't mess around. So what did he say, my lord, Mangakon? Never mind, just get us out of here. Best possible speed. So the cluster is done. They're leaving empty-handed. Oh yeah, I remember that Black Orchid. Yeah, Neil Gaiman. Yeah, it was weird. Invasion, big crossover coming soon. It wasn't bad, but I don't know. It tends to screw around with comic book stories that I would have rather just not have screwed around with. So, boom, they're back home in a big pile. Scott, darling, huh? Where am I? What happened? It's a long story. John, don't you think you owe us an explanation? No. So once I explained to him what was going on, he just went and got Scott, fetched Mangakon, and set things straight. For a fella who wants to be absolute dictator of the universe, that Darkseid's not a bad guy, and he sets a mean table to boot. What a lunch he gave me. Honey, I'm still feeling a little disoriented. I think I'd better get up to bed. Good. I'll join you. May not be relaxing, but maybe a little bit of fun. And so Captain Atom, now, what is going on? Where were you guys? I've been worried sick about you. Sent out a priority 1 alert to the Army, Navy, and Air Force. The media's been at the door. He's been talking to the president every half hour. And, what happened? And from Guy Gardner, shut up. Beetle, what's been going? I don't know. I don't care. And if you ever ask me again, I'll shoot off your kneecaps. Hawkwoman? I need a drink. Shaira. Katar, if you say one more word, I'll shoot off your kneecaps. John? Not now, Captain. Perhaps not ever. If there are any world-threatening emergencies, you can find me at the 7-Eleven in the Oreo aisle. I will have to point out, 7-Eleven, traditionally, number 7 dash the word 11. There are rules for this kind of thing. But hot bath. But what am I going to tell the president? So there we go. So alien hordes invade JLI headquarters and no one's home. No one, that is, except Oberon. Be with us in 30, folks, when we proudly present Oberon Unbound. A kind of sort of invasion crossover. Okay. Well, there's an ad. The Prisoner. I don't know. That'd be hard to do in a comic book. I might be interested in checking that out if I ever find it one of these days, but I don't know. I think I'll stick with the show. Brilliant, amazing show. I first saw The Prisoner. I was maybe like 13 or 14. It shows up on television, rather unannounced. And I was like mesmerized. I'm like, what the hell am I watching? And now, of course, I'm in my 50s. I rewatched it a couple years ago, and I was mesmerized. And I was like, what the hell am I watching? No, it's an amazing show. If you've never watched The Prisoner, highly suggest it. And extremely relevant to the world we're living through right now. So, Justice League, number 21. We wind up the Manga Con storyline with some Apokolips action. Beautiful art by Ty Templeton. Really impressed by the last two issues that he has done. And that's a great face. We got, some legs popping out of there from, fire now, not green flame. Okay, so let me know what you think of this issue with the Manga Con storyline, with Manga Con as a villain. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Love to hear what you have to say also about the depiction of the new gods, Darkseid, Granny Goodness, Vermin Wunderbar in this issue. I think Templeton did a great job of sort of translating the Kirby feel, but in his own style, So there's a nice tribute to Kirby. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, maybe subscribe, maybe share with a friend. But until next time, God bless everybody. Please be kind to one another. Have a little bit of fun out there. I will see you again next Monday for Justice League International number 22. And until then, bye-bye.